Sandy? This put on a show for the couple in the car that I had no idea was there. They were looking at me, I was looking at them, and you were looking at me because you're a voyeur. You know what I'm saying. We have this beautiful beach right here in Indiana Doonesbury Park. Sunset, it's nearly golden hour. Just a wonder of nature right here. Just ate some barbecue. It's fairly delicious. I'm partial to the southern style. Or Midwest. I don't know what Oklahoma counts as. Or if you even count Oklahoma. I could never count on Oklahoma. Just kidding. They're okay. Gonna Wonka up these stairs, check them for weak points, make sure they're structurally sound, unlike my marriage.
They remember.
They should all be destroyed. The park ranger. Sandy? I thought you moved with your family back to Australia. I mean, you know, or whatever, you know. I don't like parents. I don't like tea. Those are the undying dialogue delivered from the John Travolta in 1978's Grease. Possibly where cinema peaked. Certainly where I did my youth. Like most boomers, never really got over the 70s. Evidence of the parties, the fast times, the economy, the gas shortage. It's apparent in all the wrinkles around my face, around my eyes. But we did have Carter. President Carter. Ah, shit. You remember on Saturday Night Fever when John Travolta is at that dance studio and he meets that weirdo that runs the dance studio? And he says, like,
is this where they play the acoustic version of More Than a Woman?
Just before that. Just before that. I think it was the OJ's version of More Than a Woman by the OJ's. I think they did Love Train is the name of the other song, but they he comes out and the chick he's with says, "Who is that?" And he goes, "Ah, it's Pete. He's always busting my onions." May my ass, this is cold. So, do you remember that part on Urban Cowboy? After he's left his like wife because they're basically like domestically abuse one another, that Travolta starts dating that kind of like rich cowgirl somewhere in Houston, and he brings her to the honky tonk at Gillies, and he suddenly realizes that he wants to be with his old wife again. And the rich chick totally understands, like, okay, he's leaving me. And so she stops him and says, it's like, I know you need to go to her, or something to that effect, and then follows it up with, but if you ever want to make her jealous, you know where to find me. And he does not reply with anything other than, I gotta go.
Hey everybody, Squeezy Jim here, reporting to you live from beach.
The beach with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Starring one very particular Leandro DiCaprio, only the finest. I'm here with Louis Bignose. We're checking a look.
There we are. You know, this beach kind of reminds me of the scene from Boy in the Plastic Bubble with John Travolta. where he is at that 4th of July party and they leave him in that ridiculous mobile bubble tank thing to sit amongst the other young people on the beach during, I believe it was the 4th of July party. I have no idea where to go with that other than that scene scared the hell out of me.
Louis, do you see that? That's a historical landmark right there.
What is it?
That Connex box? That's been there since the 1800s. George Washington Carver rode to America in that box. And he was offloaded here at the beautiful beach of the Ozarks.
Oh wow. You really can't tell where the sky meets the water and the water meets the Ozarks. It's hard to believe that sand is made out of straight oil. A lot of people don't know that. Science fact.
So, Louis, there's one specific movie filming location that's important at this very specific beach. Can you guess what it is?
I don't need to guess. Perfect. The John Travolta, where he's an aerobic, he gets an aerobic instructing with Jamie Lee Curtis. From 1985, I think, where he's a Rolling Stone author. Is that what you're talking about?
Has John Travolta ever been in the show The Simpsons?
I would imagine so, but I can't confirm.
Springfield, right over there.
When I see the beach, I think we're home. I think we're safe. I think of Sandy. There's something that everyone needs to see, and it's out there on that horizon, out beyond that neon sky, right over there. I know that there must be something better, but I can't say that there's not. Somewhere, I would say, maybe even in the city.
You Warriors are good, real good.
The best.
Right over there. That's where Maurice the Monkey Man met Tricky Travis. And in fact, there's photographic evidence of this. And I, Squeezy Jim, also partook in meeting Tricky Travis.
Do you see that thing dancing up there? Yeah, we're here on Natty Light Beach. We're all the stories, they're true. Everything you hear is true. You know, Rod Stewart was a communist in the 60s, and that's fact, you can look that up, but he claims it was just for fun. It's hard to look at this horizon without thinking of, you know, your life, looking back at it and thinking about where you might be, where you could be if it wasn't for those mistakes. If I had taken that scholarship, if I had said yes when she proposed to me, if you had tipped 20% instead of 18. And yet, at the end of the day, none of that matters. Because life is what you make it. And what do most of us make of it? A profile pic. The main focus, you're out. If you're, if you think people aren't terrible, you're out. The other one. If you eat anything other than cheese, chicken, or pasta, you're out. If you drink anything other than gut rot gin, not sure. Yeah, so if you
You go, girl. You go.
well, there are kids around, let's say that. No one tell Jeffrey Jones. And that water's coming up on you.
So
step on all of this sand. This sand is actually dried oil. A lot of people don't know that. You can just grab it and put it directly into your gas tank, and it actually burns cleaner than regular fuel. Yeah, that's what that pamphlet that guy in Chicago handed me said. I have no reason to not believe him. He was wearing a White Sox jacket, so you know, that just is someone that seems trustworthy to me, really. Like that guy that hangs out in the alley behind my word. Yeah, he stabs me, but he's a great conversationist as well. So, you know. Johnny Carson said that Chevy Chase couldn't ad-lib himself out of a wet paper bag. Now I know what he means.
So, 90s band, Smashing Pumpkins.
The Flies.
They made a song about that place over there. The city by the lake.
Oh. I thought they were talking about Salt Lake City.
No, Billy Corgan's totally a whiny kid from over there.
I thought that was Rich Evans.
So if you look at the sun, you can see how it's not circular shaped, correct?
Yeah.
So the reason why that is as the sun sinks lower in the sky, you have to look through more atmosphere to actually see the sun. So the additional layers of atmosphere, like all of the atmosphere molecules, create like a refractive kind of lens against the sun. So that's why it gets kind of warped.
That makes sense. To some people, not me, but I believe you. I saw a sunset and I clapped.
So definitely my favorite of all of John Travolta's movies, Swordfish.
Life on the Line. Now that's a movie. Have you seen it? One of the craziest movies I've ever seen. And by crazy, I mean laziest written. It's gonna get banned. I jump in the water. It's gonna get banned. Oh my God. Oh God.
Believe.
My face is redder than that sun right now. Ooh, it's getting cold. I can't tell if you're actually playing the song or that's you singing. That's crazy. They're eerily similar.
I actually love that song. I love that song to bits.
Oh. Well, I know what we're listening to as soon as we get in the car.
I mean, I can arrange for that.
Steve used to be a